Okay, honey.
Oh yeah, a lot of people were on Neor University already, so they're probably all emotional.
Oh my God, I know. That was the best section. Well, they were all really good. All right, let me see here. I am recording. All right, so thank you guys all so much for hopping on tonight. We all just came off of the NLA this past weekend, and it was probably one of the best overall trainings ever, truly. And I mean, I have people who've been in for 5 years saying, that's the best I've ever heard or seen. And it's so incredible when you hear that, but then it's like, oh my gosh, I want everyone to see it. So we decided to take a portion of one of the most meaningful, they all were, I can't even say some were more meaningful. There was a dive into the compensation plan. If you were on you, it talked. I'm slipping. They talked about the lineage and just keeping an open mind, keep going, and just all the stories and all the things that everybody goes through. And so we really wanted to take you through a section that was incredibly powerful that Pooya Gandhian did. Hold on, Jackson! Sorry about that. So much for my Zen, right? Holy smokes. I'm gonna have to get a glass of wine when Jill takes over here. Okay, so it was a really, really incredible portion that Pooya did that everybody should be doing. Every single person, no matter when you started, how long you've been in, everyone needs to do this. So we really hope that you will participate, go through this. If you don't get to finish tonight, do it as an activity, because we all really need to know where we're going. Like, why are we doing this? Why do we stick with this? Why do we put up with some of the negative things we have to put up with? Like, where are we going? So it's a very clear activity. So anyways, I'm going to zip it because I want to make it through a lot of it. We have the next Zoom at 8:45. So Jill is going to walk you through exactly what Pooya did. He did it live with somebody on the NLA, and she's going to walk you through it. So make sure you have your pen, your paper, and she will kind of guide you right through the entire activity. Now you can take it away, Jill.
Okay, awesome. So the first thing that you all are going to need is a blank sheet of paper. So if everybody can grab a blank sheet of paper and at least have that in front of you, you will want your notebook in case you want to jot down any notes, but you're going to need a blank piece of paper in order to do the activity, because we really want you to do it along with us. It'll make more sense to you if you do kind of implement the same strategies and you make it yourself, because guess what? We all know that you can get trained a million things, and if you don't do it right then, chances are you're going to go, gosh, that was a really great idea, and then never do it. So definitely do it with us now. Now, the other thing is, I want to see if we have a volunteer who would like to do it live, surprise, surprise, and be chosen. So the first person to write in the chat box right now, let me see here. What did he?
This is bravery. They don't even know what they're volunteering for. I love it.
I know. You have no idea where. Just the first person to write action plan in the comments, in the chat section, will be chosen.
Wendy. Looks like Wendy Scalfaro.
We got somebody?
I think Wendy Scalfaro, looks to me, was the first one to write action plan.
Okay, Wendy, can you go ahead and unmute yourself? And I can't see you. I have no idea where you are on the screen. So, hi, Wendy.
Hello.
All right, so what we need you to do, you have your paper?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to actually, first what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give you these statistics that Puya gave that I think are phenomenal, and everybody should understand this because this is just what happens in everyday life. But he had told us during our training that the average person gets interrupted 7 times per hour. Now, if you live in my household, I think it's more than that. 7 times per hour. And that adds up to 56 times a day. And then if you times that by 4 minutes, that is a massive amount of time. So 4 minutes, 56 times a day, and before you know it, you have been totally taken away from things that you were trying to accomplish, that you set out to do. And we always talk about be intentional about your time, be intentional about setting what it is that you want to accomplish the day before. And then what happens? Life and all these interruptions happen, and you have no clear path of where you want to go. So this activity is to get you into action mode. That's why it's called a massive action plan. That's going to really set the tone for what you want next out of your business. And I have to tell you, doing this, and no matter what goals I've hit, as soon as I did this, it was like, oh my gosh, I have such a clearer view. And I know that there's so many certain things that I was not doing consistently that need to be done consistently to move the needle in your business. So that's what this is going to do. It's going to be such a huge eye opener. All right. So the other thing that he mentioned, and I loved this, is when you go to sit down to plan your day tomorrow, we always put down the things that we want to achieve, right? But he said this, because of all those interruptions and all those times that you're taken away from the activities, I just love this. He said, instead of writing down what it is that you want to accomplish, write down the dreams that you're going to see when you neglect the activity. So write down the dreams that you guys have for yourself, what you want for yourself in your planner, in front of you, because that's really what you want. And the minute you get distracted and pulled away from that, guess what you go back to look at? You look at your dream that you truly want, as opposed to being taken away from your dream. I loved that. I thought that was powerful. That's something that gave me goosebumps, and I was like, that is so spot on. So here we go. Everybody has, I'm doing something I've never done before. So have grace with me because I've never done a whiteboard share. So I don't even know if I'm going to get it right, but here we go. All right. I'm just praying it's something easy. Okay, here we go. So we need to, you want your paper to be horizontal, not vertical, because you won't have enough room to write. So everybody on your piece of paper kind of make what I would call like a hot dog fold here, like a hot dog bun, but you're going to fold it into thirds. So you want it to be equal. So I'm going to, I guess, draw. Oh, this is going to be fun. Colleen says I can do this.
You can do like a line. They have like a little line. You can do a line.
I see.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Here we go. If I can move all these other controls out of the way. Okay. Everybody have their thirds? Okay. Oops. I don't know. I guess I can't move that line over. So it is what it is. Okay. Hopefully yours are even. All right, here we go. So at the top, then you're going to draw a line going across the top to make like titles. So pull that across. Okay. Now in here, in the center box, you're going to write results. Are you with me, Wendy?
Yeah.
Okay. So there we go, results. Because you need to know where you're headed. What do you want to get out of this, right? You have to know where you're at, and then where do you want to be? So in this particular activity, which is your massive action plan, you need to understand that the result of where you're headed. Some people I've seen have done these already, and they put their goal was to go for the trip. Okay, so that's what they have as one of their SMART goal. Other people have it towards a rank. So maybe if you think of something that you want to achieve in 90 days, right? Because that's like a full 3 full month run. But whatever it is that you want next, what is the end result? Is it a next rank? Is it a trip? You know, what for you is it going to be? So down here, I'm going to put the letters, and everyone's going to do this with me. S, M, A, R, T. These are your SMART goals, okay? Oops, that's Mary. SMART. All right, so now next to SMART, on your note paper, if you do not know what a SMART goal is, you do want to write down the words that S stands for specific, M is measurable, A is actionable, R is realistic, and T is time stamped. It's going to have an actual time frame that you need to achieve it by. So, Wendy, for you, what would you say is your specific, something that what you're going for? What is the specific measurement? Is it a rank?
1500 ppc.
1500, I'm sorry?
ppc.
Okay. What rank are you right now? Just
I'm a brand partner.
Okay, you're a brand partner, so perfect. So you know that is where you're at. Do you want to build out a team, or are you
Yes.
looking to grow? Okay, so do you want to put down, because the reason I'm sharing this with you, and this is how everyone should kind of think, is if you're looking to grow a team, you could put down rank specific, because your actionable steps that we're going to come up with are going to automatically pull you towards that 1500 PSC.
Gotcha.
So is that what you want to do? Do you want to put down for rank?
Yeah, I can put that rank. I don't know what any of the ranks are anymore since we changed. So
because a lot of people don't even know, and if you aren't clear about where you want to go, it's never going to happen. So this is very good. So let's see, you're a brand partner. So to go to the next one, do you want to say 1 BP or 2 BPs?
I would like the 2.
You want to put down for 2 BPs?
Yep.
Okay, I believe that's senior brand partner now, right?
I have one right now, but she's not active. She's not interested in the business anymore. So
okay,
we'll go for 2.
That's okay, that happens. But we're not going to let it stop us. All right, here we go. So S, your specific goal that you're going for is senior brand partner. And we have to know what that means. So Kyle, can you unmute yourself and give me volumes here?
Yeah.
The measurable goal for senior brand partner is what in LQV?
Oh Lord, hang on. I think it's 500, but let me look.
Now everybody should be writing down what theirs is, and if you need to log into the back office really quick to check what the LQV or the GQV is going to be, you're going to want to do that, because you do have to have a measure to this in order for it to be effective.
All righty. It's 2 brand partners.
So we know we need 2 BPs.
And
Afterwards, Wendy.
it's 150
500, 150.
and GQV is 500.
I'm sorry, it cut out. I didn't hear you.
500 GQV, 150 LQV.
Thank you. Okay, so 500 GQV, 150 LQV, and that means you also have to have 2 brand partners. So we're going to put 2 BPs over here, okay? All right, now all you have to say here is yes or no, really. You don't need to write anything else under this particular component. Is it actionable? Are there steps that we can put into place to make this happen? And the answer is yes, okay? Is it realistic? What do you think, Wendy? Is this realistic for you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. And the last one is timestamped. So we're going to say, for the sake of, because this is kind of what we went off of, is how Puya did it. We went off of a 90-day run. So if we say in 90 days, does that sound like a timestamp you'd want to go by, or do you have a different time in mind? You want to say October 31st?
Well, I was shooting for July, but I think.
Well,
More.
you absolutely can still do it in July.
I know. I'm working on it. Let's
Would you
say August, end of August.
Okay, so we're going to put down August
Was it 31st?
31st, 2020. Now I'm going to tell you something that Puya said, and if Colleen or Wendy Hatton want to pipe in here, please feel free. But one of the things he was very clear about is never setting yourself up for something that's going to fail you or disappoint you. And so what I mean by that is, that's why, you know, going on an all-out massive, doing this kind of action plan and giving yourself the grace of having a 90-day run allows you the opportunity to not only hit these goals, but most of the time, if you stick to what we're doing in this plan that we put in place, you will knock it out of the park, okay? But what happens is, if you don't hit it by the time that you say, are you gonna feel defeated and give up? Versus, I've given myself this time and putting into these action steps, and you know what, I probably will hit it at the end of August, but wow, wait till you see what happens at the end of October. So I'm leaving yours as August. Feel free if you want to change it at all, but if for anybody else who's doing this, that's running for a rank, or maybe you're running for 3-4 ranks ahead of where you want to go, whatever it may be, just know that typically to give yourself a 3-month, you know, run towards whatever it is, that's something that he had said. That does not mean that you cannot hit a goal in 2 weeks and in 1 week. It doesn't mean you're going to smash that goal in a couple days, right? Because we know we're always one exposure away from an explosion. You just never know. But I just want to tell you what he went off of, kind of the basis of doing this particular activity. All right. So we've got, everybody should have this part completed, and now we're going to put another line in. Oops, no. All right, got a line in? All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to jump over here, and we are going to talk about the purpose. What is the purpose behind doing this activity? So everybody in this corner, you're going to write purpose. Okay, so Wendy, I'm just going to ask you, I want you to think of, I think he said between 7 to 10 things that are going to drive you to why you want to hit this goal. So I'm going to give you just some examples just to kind of throw out there as you're thinking of this, because sometimes it's like, I have no idea what she's talking about. But basically, you have to have a vision, right? You have to know where you're headed, why you're headed there. What is it going to do for you, for your family, for your life, for your household, for the stress level, for, you know, whatever it may be. So some people are going to drive towards a certain goal because of financial reasons, or they want to travel more, or they want to remodel something in their home, or they're pay off a car debt, any of those things. So you give me a list of 10 things of, for you, what is the purpose of going to Senior Brand Partner?
Pay off some credit card bills.
Okay.
I don't know how much that will get me, but.
Well, it's going to start putting a dent in it, right?
Right. Yep.
Pay off credit. Okay. I know this is a tough one, right? Because
yeah, I don't know if I can come up with 7.
It is wild. This is really helping everybody dream bigger, because I want you to think of the dreams that you have. What if? Don't think of it just as just the milestone of Senior Brand Partner. Think of it as this is a stepping stone, right? Senior Brand Partner is a stepping stone to you building your business and growing your team. And so what is it that you dream of? What would be the ultimate things to happen with your newer business? Because obviously the purpose of going to Senior Brand Partner is to start to grow a team, right? And so then you're going to open up our compensation plan once you get that third brand partner. And then it just kind of will start to keep, you know, growing and moving. So, but you have to have a vision of why do this in the first place, right?
So for my kids to have debt-free college.
Okay, great. Kids college. That's great. I bet you there's a lot of people on here going, yep, I'm writing that one down. Okay, what else do we have?
To help other people with their goals. So whether their goals are financial or whatever, but to build a team so that I can help them, other people, achieve their goals too.
Yep, helping others. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm a hot mess on the, okay. All right, what else do you have for me?
Retire and not have to depend on my pension. So to have another stream of income.
All right, these are all great. All right, how about anything else with home?
Yep.
Or
To make the necessary improvements in our home.
okay, what improvements? What exactly specifically would you like to improve?
New kitchen.
Perfect. So with this, I'm going to have you put a side note because we don't have for the time purposes, but I actually want you to go and look for a picture of what your dream kitchen is and take a picture of that and have that out, something for your dream board, and then start researching how much money is it going to cost for that dream kitchen? How much is it I'm going to redo am I redoing the cabinets or am I painting the cabinets? Am I getting all new appliances? What are the cost of those appliances? You have to get so specific with this because that is what's going to drive you when you see this as far as these are my purposes. This is why I'm doing this and this is what's going to pay it off. But you have to have a vision. So I'm going to actually put down in parentheses here, make clearer. Okay. You have to make that clear of how much, you know, it's going to actually cost you. Same thing with kids' college debt. If you look at, I mean, I'm amazed at colleges right now and what they cost, but getting specific with that and looking at how much is every year of college, or is it a state school? Is it an out of state school? What does that financially cost? What is that going to be with your credit card bills? And everybody, I'm talking to everybody too, because I know probably everybody has down credit card bills. But when it comes to that, you have to be, and Jen Givens Shallon did an incredible job on this, where you have to be so specific about what is your debt. Look at all of your credit cards you have and write down all of the debt that it totals to. Everything, as much as you're going to cringe and want to throw up probably, but any credit card bill that comes in, write down what it is that you owe so that way you have it right on this. And this is something, this is mine. You are going to carry this with you, okay? This is something you're not going to get rid of. And that way when you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, that's my goal. That is why I'm doing this. That is why I'm going to make those exposures. That is why I'm going to party. That is why I'm going to sample, because of this over here on the right. And it's always going to be glaring at you, right? So make sure you have the amount of the credit card bills, the amount of the college debt. And then as far as maybe, you know, for retiring, how much money would be great in a nest egg when you go to retire? So just putting more specific as opposed to it being broad. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to keep going here because we've got 5 things, and I know you dream. You got to dream bigger. What else? What else do you want?
Lexus.
There you go. Lexus. I want you to same thing. Go to the Lexus dealership.
I have a catalog.
All right, that's good. But going to the dealership is even better. Get yourself to the dealership, stand beside that car, take a picture. I don't know what it's like where you're living, but if you can't get in the car, I don't know what they're doing as far as that goes with everything. But at least go see, touch, feel it, and make it more real. Yes, this is going to happen, and I'm going to make sure I'm doing all the right things to get me there. Like the color of the car you want, the make of the car you want. That's how specific you have to be with these things on this right column. All right, what else?
Travel to Ireland.
See, you're getting it now, Wendy. Wendy's like, she started off, I don't know if I can think of this. Now she's like, I am traveling. I'm doing all this. All right, so traveling where again?
Ireland.
I love it. That's my daughter's name. All right. Travel to Ireland. Okay. Same thing with this, Wendy. You got to get specific. Where is it that you want to travel in Ireland? Is it to a little hotel, or is it to this magnificent resort? Is it, is it going to be in what town, what place, what city? Where is it that you see yourself going in Ireland? What are the things that you want to do when you get there? Being super specific about what that trip looks like. And again, take a picture. Have those pictures in front of you on your dream board of Ireland. Okay?
Yeah.
All right?
That's 7.
Okay, can you think of any more?
Have a home, like a
On a second home?
like a vacation home
Perfect. Vacation home. All right.
near water, like a lake.
Love it. Near water. Would you like a lake? Near a lake or the ocean?
Probably a lake. Lake Ontario.
Oh, I love it. Now even more specific. Lake Ontario. And again, what does that look like? What kind of home is that? Be like, get specific with yourself. Is it, a log cabin on the lake, or is it something that you would rent out to people, or is it something that you just have for yourself? Is it something that you could go year round, or would it just be during the summer months? So again, having that second home, that's great. Okay, so is everybody getting the picture of what it is that you have to do? What is the purpose behind this end result of where we want to go? Now, mind you, this isn't the end result for you. This is the stepping stone. So for you, Wendy, a lot of these things on the right probably aren't going to change, right? These are your dreams or your goals that you want to hit. You can keep adding to this as you go, but it at least it's driving you towards, that's where I want to go. Those are my dreams. That is the purpose of doing Neora. That is why I decided to join this business. And so first, my stepping stone is to get to senior brand partner. And then the next will be to build out my team so that way I can open up the compensation plan. So ultimately, your biggest goal really is getting to that 3 brand partners, right? So you have a team.
Right.
All right. Everybody pop over to the left column, and here you're going to write in MAP, Massive Action Plan. Okay. All right, so down here, this is where we get specific. What can we do to grow our business? So I'm going to ask you, Wendy, how long have you been in this business for?
Coming up on 4 years.
Okay, so you're familiar with a lot of the things that we say that are there that are going to help you grow your business. So tell me, what are things that you can do that are going to help you get towards senior brand partner?
2 exposures a day.
Okay. 2 exposures a day. What else?
Follow-ups.
And you said follow-ups?
Yeah.
All right.
Have more parties.
You have a number of follow-ups you'd like to do?
Say I like the number 5. Let's do 5. So 5.
5 follow-ups a day, or 5 follow-ups?
Say 5 follow-ups a week.
Okay, so you're going to do 5 follow-ups.
Probably low, but
Let's think of it this way. If you're doing 2 exposures a day, and how many, like if you did 2 exposures a day for, say, 5 days, that's 10 exposures in a week. And if you did 10 exposures in a week, you will start to build up enough people to be at least following up every day with 1 or 2 every day. So
10 a week then.
do you want to say, what you said you wanted to do 5 right now,
Yeah.
right? 5 follow-ups in a week? Yes?
Yes. Because I figure with the 2 exposures, you won't necessarily have Like you get ghosted a lot, but I guess you can still follow up with them, right? Just check back
Well,
in.
and you've
So,
been in business for a long time, so you can go back
yeah,
to old customers, people that
Yeah.
stopped ordering a long time ago. Anybody who's a current customer, you can reach back out to them, make new suggestions for different products that they might like and want. You know, reaching out to get people to host virtual parties with you. So there's lots of different ways that you can do follow up. Anybody who's ever attended any of the Facebook party events that we've done, they get added onto that list to follow up with them, especially if they didn't order or do anything. So I'm sure you probably have a large list already of people that you could follow up with. Now it's just plugging them in and making sure you do it consistently.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so now what else? You said
Have parties.
how many parties would you like to do virtual? So I'm going to say virtual parties.
Right. Realistically, right now, I can only probably do one a week. I'd
Okay.
like to increase that, but right now it'd be about one a week.
That's great. One a week. And that doesn't necessarily be a virtual party for yourself, but
Right.
as you continue to do this, get people to host a party for you to open up your network with other people. And then the same thing with your team as you start to bring in people, doing parties with them. What else would you like to do? How about sampling?
Yep, sending out samples.
What is realistic to you for that? What do you foresee with sampling? How many samples have you gotten out typically in a month before?
It's not something I track. I haven't tracked it. Like I can go back and look, but I haven't been tracking that. So that's something I need to do. But
again, because this is going to put you more intentional with, okay, how many samples have I actually gotten out? And am I getting the return based off of how many samples I'm actually doing? Am I consistent on some months and then other months I let it go? So this is very good because now this is going to be like, okay, I'm going to be intentional about getting out maybe 2 samples a week or something like that to start off with.
So I'd like to get to the 10 a month.
Perfect. We're going to put 10 samples a month. Okay. How about social media?
I do usually twice a day already and a story.
Okay. So that's good. That's a consistent action step that you can do to, keep consistent with your audience. How about adding new friends to your Facebook?
Yep. I do 5 a day.
Okay, so social media I'm going to put, you're going to maintain with. What are your thoughts about personal development? Do you think that's something important to have?
I do that every day. I'm huge with that, yes.
So personal development. What do you use for personal development? Is it reading books? Is it podcasts? Is it?
I do. I don't know if you've probably heard of Darren Hardy. He does Darren Daily, Monday through Friday. So I've been doing that for a few years, and I do reading. So I usually read 5 or 10 pages a day on top of the Darren Daily.
Okay. Great. All right. How about, do you have a workout partner?
I do.
Okay. So workout partner. How often do you check in with your workout partner?
Every day.
Wow, you are on top of it, Wendy.
On some things, yes.
All right. So workout partner, check in daily. Are you holding each other accountable? Are you setting your intention of what it is that you're going for each day?
I think we need to do better on that. Mostly right now, it's just at the beginning of the month, we'll say what we want to do, what we want to achieve that month, and then we just kind of check in every day. Okay, have you done your 2 a day? What have you done today? And then sometimes it's a if she'll check in with me maybe before I get to her, and she'll tell me how many she added. I say, oh, I gotta go in and add some more people. So it's kind of a not really like not being really assertive, but it's almost like I gotta go do that because she's done it. So I'm kind of keeping up with her.
Yep, she pushes you to go a little bit out of your comfort zone, and so that's a good thing. And it's great to check in kind of if you do set goals with your workout partner, super intentional at the start of the month, and then maybe doing a check-in with, did you hit, like we said, I was going to get that 9 PCs by the second week of the month. Did you do it? And then, kind of what action steps did you put into place to make that happen? And the two of you can kind of challenge each other. That's what I do with, you know, when I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, okay, this is the goal. This is what we're going to do. Colleen and I have done it too. Like, okay, this is what we're going for. We're going to do it. And we message each other and I'm like, I did this many, I have this many people invited to the party. And she's like, all right, I'm going to get my people. And then she comes back to, well, I got this many. I'm like, well, now I got to go get more. So you have to have somebody that's going to actually push you and drive you and make you excited, you know, doing the activities. So what about three-way calls, Wendy? Because you've been in this business a long time. And we want to help you, you know, definitely get more people to come in, look at it as an opportunity with you. Do you find that as an important thing?
Yeah, so I have done those. I've had, you know, my upline do those in the past. One thing that I've been very weak in is the opportunity, approaching people about the opportunity. But just this week, it's kind of like I reached a tipping point with it and I said, you know, I'm just going to do this. And so I just started doing it. I must have heard some verbiage or something somewhere and I just started doing it with a few people and I felt like I could do this. I know how to do this. And so I feel that's something I still need to improve on, but I know that I can achieve it. So I'm working on a couple people right now to get them. I've sent them videos and you know, PDFs, so other information. So yeah, definitely. And I've checked in with Colleen a couple of times saying, hey, are you going to be available at this time? So if I need you, and so, you know, just kind of having that kind of thing.
Awesome. Now, let's put this out here for people who have a team. If you have a team and you started to grow a team, one of the things that might be on this side of the list is where, you know, who can you work with on your team to help them go and hit certain levels. So looking at what is their, you know, LQV, GQV, how close are they to their next rank up? Because that's something that might have to be a part of your action plan, is helping people hit their next rank. Because some people on here already have a little bit of that team growing. So you definitely might want to include that on there. Let's see, I'm trying to see if there's anything else that maybe we didn't talk about. What about any sort of training or team calls, Neora U, like all of those things important to you?
I do Neora U. It's on my tracker that I do every week. I sometimes miss, I don't always do it that night, but I'll get to it.
Okay.
I try and hit the team call. I get that a couple times a month.
Okay.
I do regionals.
How about planning your day before it begins?
I don't always
What are
do
your
that.
thoughts on this? Do you feel like you could be more intentional with some of these things as far as exposures and follow-ups if you planned it out?
Yeah, I kind of wing it each day. Like I'm like, okay, I got to do 2 people today. Who can I talk to?
So one of the things that might be great for you is on Sunday, or pick a day that it's calm for you and actually plan it all out for the entire week. So, you know, I'm going to do, and they have all the people's names down. You can put these 2 names, these 2 names, these 2 names. That way, when you just wake up in the morning, it's like, these are the 2 people, or these are the 5 new people I'm going to friend, or, you know, or I'm going to go onto their Facebook page and start commenting and, you know, drawing them in to be looking at your posts and things like that. So just being intentional and making sure you plan the day before it happens, that could be very beneficial.
I just sometimes have a list of people that I want to interact with more so I can get them seeing my posts. I'm just not consistent with that. So I do
okay, well now we know, right, that that's a really great spot to make sure you include in your plan. So this is amazing. You've come up with tons of wonderful, like great action steps that are going to lead you to that ultimate result of what you're going for. And you have the purpose very clearly laid out as to what you want. And I hope everybody who's on here is doing this is having aha moments. They're going either A, I stopped dreaming years ago when I joined this business, or I just joined this business and I'm not dreaming big enough for what the possibilities are. If you're not dreaming big enough, you guys got to definitely watch Neora U, it was on tonight, because you get to see what the opportunity that we have here and the trickle effect that it has by just doing what Wendy just said. You know what she said? I just realized I can do this. I can share this with anybody. I could just tell them to take a look, because what are they going to do? They're not going to eat you. They're not going to come, you know, take you out of your home and, you know, that you're totally okay. They're just opening up and getting outside of our comfort zone is half the battle. And once you do that, you're going to open up a world of amazing things. And always remember, we are just one exposure away from an explosion. You just never know who that next person that you're going to share this with, that they decide, I want it. And one thing that I talked about somebody a couple weeks ago is they said, well, I don't want to really share the opportunity with that person because there's no way that they would be interested in this. And my answer to that is, who are we to ever judge what somebody else has going on in their life if they're too busy? Or how are we to judge what it is that they want for their future? So we have a beautiful gift, and it's up to us to make sure that we share it with as many people as we can and give them the opportunity to make a choice. Just like we never want to squander a child in dreaming big, right? Or following whatever passion it is that they have. We don't want to do that to adults. We have to share it with everybody so people can see what we have here and the ultimate, goal that they could actually achieve with this business. So the last part is this bottom box, and I'm going to go over this super quick because this is the homework part. This is where you're going to put into massive action your plan. So you have to look at if this is going to be a range-based goal, okay? And this is going to be 20% of your activity, okay? So 20% of your, or what are the 20%ers over here? That if you do those particular activities, that those action steps are going to help you accomplish 80% of your desired result, okay? So over here is where you're gonna list out what are those plans that are what are those actions, which ones over here do you want to circle as being super important? So can you star 3? What are your 3 top ones over here that you know, I've gotta do these in order to make, my goals, my dreams come true?
How many did you say?
3, top 3.
2 exposures, follow-ups. 2 exposures, follow-ups, and social media.
All right, so I put a star here. I don't know if everybody can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to highlight it, but I can't see where to do that, so. Okay, I'm sorry, what were the other 2?
Follow-ups
Okay. And then what was the 3rd?
and social media.
Social media. Okay. So social media is something that almost kind of like, it's something that you just do daily, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that that action step is going to lead you to, the end result of what you're going for. Follow-ups, yes, because you're getting in touch, you're asking for the sale, or you're, giving more information to somebody specifically. Exposures, yes, because you're one-to-one with somebody. I would say probably your 3rd biggest bang for your buck would probably be the parties, because that's something you can control, right? Yes, you can control going onto social media, and that is part of your regimen already, but that virtual parties and making sure you implement 1 a week will definitely help you pull in a larger audience to be seeing what it is that you post on social media, that kind of thing. So are you okay with switching that to the parties as being?
Sure, yeah, it was kind of a toss-up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with social media, that's just something that you're going to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know how to erase it now. It's in there. The
So
social.
we would put these 3 in the middle box. Is that what you're saying?
So now what you would do is go down here and you're going to write out exposures. Okay, and then you're going to put out follow-ups. These are ones that non-negotiable. You got to do your time. You have to spend time implementing these particular activities in order for these goals to get achieved, okay? This makes up 20%. So now, here we go. Or 80% of your goals are gonna happen, it's gonna happen from these particular 3 activities. So now what I need you to do is everybody, you want to bullseye, let's see if I know how to do this one. You're going to bullseye this. You need to draw well, look at that. I'm getting really good here. All right, let's see. Well, whatever, you get the picture, right? You need to circle this. Circle it, circle it, circle it right in the middle, everybody, that is your result. That is what you were going for. Put it in a highlighted color. around, 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 yellow, pink, orange, something that you can see it. That is the bullet. This is the goal that you're going for, and you are not going to stop at anything until you achieve that. You have your dreams. You have everything listed out on your purpose. You have the action steps that are going to help you get there. You have the 3 20%ers that are the key to making this truly come to fruition. And if you do this, when you write down exposures, follow-ups, and virtual parties here, Wendy and everybody else, you have to be so specific like we were before. You have to actually write down, like we did up here, 2 exposures every day equals 14 exposure, or however that means. If it's 2 exposures 7 days a week, or is it 2 exposures 5 days a week? You have to be even clearer down here in this box. Follow-ups, 5 a week. Does that mean 5 a week for 5 days, or is that 5 a week? I mean, what is your week? Is it 5 or 7 days? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Virtual parties, 1 a week. Put down the dates of those parties. This is where the homework part comes into play. I'm going to give you an example of what I wrote on mine. So ask 20 to 30 people to sample. That means with hopes I'm going to get out 10 samples, right? Schedule 10 minutes Monday to Friday to do follow-ups. Ask 10 people to host parties with the hopes that I get 3 people to host the parties for me. That is how you have to be so clear in that last box. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that everybody kind of looks at this and goes, wow, I have a massive action plan that's going to help me get to the result that I want with this business. And I'm going to use my dreams and my hopes and my goals for my life to be the center driver to doing those activities that are often easy not to do, but a lot of them are very easy things to do. It's just stepping outside of your comfort zone, setting up the plan for it, and going and doing it. So I hope this helped everybody. I hope that you now have a clearer vision for what it is that you want for yourself. And thank you, Wendy, for being the person to do this with all of us. You want to save this, and we are offering to everybody, if you want, like once you've done this and you want to send it to Colleen, myself, Wendy Hatton, Christina Birchmeyer, there's a bunch of other people. If you want to send it to them to take a peek at, and they can say, hey, maybe these are the 3 20%ers I would suggest you doing, or giving you kind of any nuggets as what we think would be, and tweaking it, making sure you're on the right track for whatever goal it is that you set. We're more than happy to do that as well. So we really feel that this is the game changer. We feel like this is the thing that's going to really open up your business and the possibilities. So thanks, guys.
Thank you. That's
If
awesome.
you are, sorry to wrap it up. If you guys are EDs and above, stay on. Everyone else, thank you guys so much. Do this activity. Thank you, Jill. That was awesome.
Thank you.
EDs and above, just hang out. We won't hop off and get back on. Let me stop recording.